So it is like 12:42 here, and my sleep schedule is messed up, I guess. I don't feel sleepy. I'll feel sleepy in the morning, I guess. I don't know. I went for a movie today, so it was pretty good. And I woke up at 5:30, but still I don't feel sleepy today. I don't know why. I think I don't need sleep these days. Nah, I don't think so. I guess, oh yeah, I slept in the afternoon, so I kind of slept in the afternoon because after coming back from the movie, it was a 4 hour movie. It's called Durandar, and it was crazy. I loved it. And it's like the last time I'm gonna be with my friends over here. So it was a good experience, but it's kind of sad as well because I'm gonna go into a different place. Most probably, I'm not gonna see them that much. And I saw one of my best friends also today evening. I was talking with him. He is like a little brother to me. Okay. Okay, so uh I took the same video what you gonna see yesterday in the same day. So now it's 12:43. So I think I took this one, I guess. What was the video I took? I think, yeah, trends. So now I'm gonna talk about support and resistance. Okay. Support. So basically support and resistance. I'm gonna draw it now. So this is a sideways market or a consolidating market. So I'm gonna make it proper. Hmm. Shit. I think I'll go for the other horizontal line because it'll look cleaner. Yeah. So see this one, line. These are the support and resistance are basically imaginary lines where the market bounces. So these lines are called support and resistance. So support, the topmost part is called resistance because it resists the market price to go up. So you call it as resistance. I'll write it down. Resistance. So resistance, and then this one is called as a support. Support. It's easy concept only, right? So people trade with this. Sometimes they just usually I don't prefer trading support and resistance, but some people actually trade with this. I don't know why, but yeah, sometimes it works, but most of the time it might fail because my market manipulates you a lot. Like it used to work previously, but nowadays I don't think so. So support is like the price where market doesn't allow to move the price further down. So usually there is some orders, pending orders here. These pending orders are called liquidity. We will talk about it later. Liquidity is kind of like a topic which people might get too confused about. I will talk about those in the future. But first, let us just learn the easiest concepts. Okay, first we'll go for the easiest and go for the hardest. So support is like the market. It's like an imaginary wall. The market won't allow the price to go down further than that. Support is like it is supporting the price to stay at the topmost point. Okay, so and the resistance is like the place where the price taps and bounces back. So it resists the price to go up further up. So these are basically support and resistance. So and then uh, there is something known as, I'm gonna delete this. Okay, if you want, just take a screenshot. I hope everyone is writing notes because I really want you guys to write notes because it will help you guys a lot. You don't have to come back and watch the video. multiple times. I mean, if you do it also, it's fine, but it's easier for you guys if you make notes. So I'm gonna delete these. Okay. You can delete it like this directly. Remove 39 so that everything will go. You don't have to delete everything one by one. So, and then we talked about support and resistance. So next one is called as trend lines. Okay. So what is trend lines? Trend lines is basically line like this. So it's like support and resistance only. Same thing as support and resistance, but towards the sideways. So trend lines, basically what they do is there is support trend line and there's resistance trend line. So trend line is also similar to support and resistance. It is like a slanted ones a slanted version of support and resistance. So the market moves, market taps in the sideways and then it goes down. It just resists the market to move up. But there are times when market actually fails this, but these are basically what you call as support and resistance and trend line. This is called trend line. Okay, I'll just write it down. Trend line. Okay, these are called trend line. I hope you guys take notes of this. So some people just enter a trade just based on trend line. I've seen people who are, usually the people who start trading, they just know about trend lines and they just start plotting graph. They go long when the market touch here, put the stop loss somewhere over here or something, and then put the take profit in the 1:2 ratio. These kind of things they do. uh, we'll talk about how to do these things later, but we will talk about it later. But just know about the trend lines. What is trend line? What is support? What is resistance? These are basically what is support and resistance. Let me show it in the real time graph. Okay. So, uh, proper support. Yeah, this one is a good example for support and resistance. So, see, this is a support and this is a resistance. This, what do you call this is? This is called as resistance because it's resisting the price to go up, and this is called as support. Okay, this is called as a support. And then when something breaks the support, like see over here, it was supporting over here, but at the end over here something happened, it just breaked out. So this, we call this as a breakout. BRE. Some people trade with just breakouts also. There are few people who are profitable with this, but I don't know. I this is too easy for me. I mean, this is, if people will fake out also. Fake out is like, it just shows like it is breaking out. So what usually people think is when a breakout happen, when it's a support or a resistance. When if the resistance get broken, then people just assumes the market will go up. So that's not always the case. That's why people lose money. So people who just barely knows trading, they just put stop losses over here and then put a 1:2 or something, 1:2. Yeah. For this one, this example, the trade would have been a victory, but still, uh, I don't, I don't want you guys to trade with support and resistance because unless you are using something called as a footprint chart, which you don't get in forex, I guess. I don't know. At least in India, I don't think you get it. But for if you're going for markets like Indian markets, like if you're going for Nifty 50, you can trade with support and resistance, but with a paid version, you can go for go charting and get footprint chart so that you can actually see the order flow. We will talk about that later. I don't think I will teach you about that because I don't use footprint chart. But if if you guys want to learn about support and resist, trade with support and resistance, I guess this is better because you can actually see the absorption in the market. I know I'm just complicating things. Okay, just forget whatever I told just now. So yeah, support, resistance, and breakout. So when you see a breakout, people just assumes it goes up. If you see a breakout towards the lower side, like see over here, I'll just delete these. I'm just gonna mark it with the box. Okay. So this is like a resistance. This is like a support. So the support gets broken. It just this part is called a, what do you call this? What do you call this as a breakout? I hope everyone is following me, right? So this is called as a breakout. Oh, and just people just assumes it will go down. See, it just went down a bit. If someone was taking a trade like a short trade like this with a stop loss over here, 1:2, it wouldn't have hit. It wouldn't have hit the take profit, so it would have been a loss for you. And I think I should put my laptop in charge. Yeah. So, why is it not charging? Yeah. So this is why I'm telling you, don't trade with support and resistance. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it might not work. We'll talk about, this is like a thing which I want you guys to know, because if you know support and resistance, it'll be easier for you guys to know what is liquidity. And I'm gonna teach you what is buy limit orders, sell limit orders. People might get confused a lot when people say limit orders and all those things. So I'll teach you after few videos. But yeah, just know every breakouts won't be a successful one. So people just assumes, okay, if the resistance breaks out and there is a retracement. Okay, retracement is when the market goes down and then comes up and tests this point and then come down again. Like the market does this. It just breaks out, right? And then it just comes and tests it again and then go down. That is called a retest or retracement. Okay. So these are the terms which traders use. So I want you guys to know everything. Like, don't get confused when I say retracement, consolidation, breakout. So I want you guys to note it down. What is a breakout? Breakout is when a resistance or a support gets invalidated and just moves up or down. So this was some uh, an example for support and resistance. This line will be a resistance. This line will be a support. Should I just draw a line? I was just drawing a okay this thing. So yeah, this line is a support. Resistance. I might mess it up when I might say this is as a support, or vice versa. I might say some random as shit. But yeah, basically this is resistance. This is support. Oh wait, this is resistance. See, I just messed it up over here. This is resistance. This is support. The top part is resistance. The bottom part is support. So we'll figure it. We will see a trend line also. See, uh, let me see an uptrending. Okay, so a trend line. Okay. Let me check a better example. Yeah, for this one is actually a good example of a trend line. See, uh, boom. See, this was a trend line. Let me just zoom in so that it'll be easier for you guys. See, it just taps, comes up. When it taps, goes up again. When it taps, it's like this imaginary line. It's like a wall. Just imagine you throwing a ball, a board to the wall. So it just bounces back. That is basically what is support and resistance. So these are the imaginary lines. Like you just draw these lines. These lines won't exist. Okay, these are imaginary lines. We just assume there are these lines. So basically, these lines are where the orders are there, where there are people. The big institutions have put the orders. So this is an example for a trend line. Go down, tap, 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 tap. See, this is an example for a trend line. Even here, you might, usually during uptrending market and downtrending market, you might see trend lines. See over here, you can see a trend line. Like, see over here, boom. Uh, or else I can put the trend line somewhere over here. See, just taps, goes down. This is a trend line. This this one is a trend line. See, this one is better. This one was not a good example. See, this one is better. Just taps goes up. So people, what usually people do is they will wait for the trade to, price to hit that trend line, and then when it hits, they put a long trade or a short trade depending on what they want. So they'll just go for 1:2 ratio. And if you don't understand how to calculate 1:2, it's like you see this number, it's that means this is 1:3.38. If you want a 1:2 trade, you just have to measure this. This is 1:2.4, 1:2. See that you can see the risk to reward. So what does that mean? I'll talk about those things later. Okay, so basically just know this. Okay, so that's it for this video, I guess. I don't want to lengthen it too much. So support and resistance, basically they are imaginary lines in the market. So support is where support and resistance. This is a support over here, like a support. Yeah, you can consider now it's not a good support. I mean, I hope you guys understood this. So I just gave few examples. I hope you guys understand. And if you subscribe to my channel, you can actually get to know more about trading. I can teach you a lot. So please do subscribe and just like the video so that I can get more views, I guess. So thank you guys. Okay, I'll just close it.